Hello, my name is Eddie Tofpik. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited. Here is your daily technical analysis of Brent crude oil, spot gold, and Bitcoin. However, before we start, I just wanted to let you know that no AI, that is artificial intelligence, was ever used in the composition, production, or recognition of any of the patterns, levels, analysis, or on any related items on these, my charts. This was all authentic intelligence, all my own original work, as I think you deserve to have that. So with that,
ICE Brent crude oil futures. This is my daily chart for ICE Brent crude oil futures. It is a lot clearer today than in recent days, mainly because I now only have the daily labels for July, but I still appreciate it is quite hard to read. However, this chart is useful to me, but I can see it can be somewhat quite confusing and daunting to anyone who's not used to it. So I've drafted a simplified version to help ease the explanations of what is going on. And here it is, and we can see the market on Friday made an indecisive spinning top pattern, opening and closing just over the significant bright red neckline, which is currently 89.21 of the September to November 2024 head and shoulders top. Further overhead, we have congestion from around 92.07 to 92.42, while support below is in a congestion band between 86.67 to 87.96, which the market tested on Friday and bounced back up off and away from, as well as the declining green short medium moving average below, currently at 86.29. In the bigger picture, the whole action since mid-May still showing signs of being a descending scallop pattern, and that's akin to an inverted letter J as a pattern, with the lip of the pattern 2 weeks ago. If this is true, and it is still early yet, if this is true, then we have a potential, just a potential right now, but down in the 55.66 zone. Of course, for this pattern to fully play out, then we would have a break of the low at 70.14, and that will be a story on its own. In the meantime, we have a lot of pitchfork tines around us, none of them really validated as yet, though I have chosen today to highlight the dark blue mid-May to late June bearish shift pitchfork, mainly because the support seen last week and this week so far from the dark blue middle time below, which is currently at 82.89. Now, one final item, we did not manage to make a monthly key reversal at the close on Friday, instead opting for a lesser outside weak pattern. So far today, a gapping lower open, still not filled in, with prices opening on the dark blue middle time below and supported by the slowly rising gold long moving average, currently 81.28, as well as the congestion from August 23 low at 81.86 and the June 25 high at 81.41. Spot gold. A reactionary bearish engulfing pattern and bearish opening black Moreira on Friday, after the previous session's second bullish white soldier. The market was capped, unsurprisingly, by the Fibonacci and other base resistances above between 41.04 to 41.61, which capped the market for the last 3 days of last week. Whilst below we have the bright red middle time, currently 39.27 of the showrunner here for this market, the bright red late January to late February bearish shift pitchfork. The action since late June seems to be forming a possible rectangle pattern, which despite the length of time is not fully defined as yet, but will probably be between the overhead congestion 51.04 to 41.62 and the lows at 39.43 for late June this year and 38.86 for late October 25. So far today, a higher open and then a small move lower, all within the true range seen last Friday. Bitcoin, a bullish opening white Mariposa yesterday, after the previous session's indecisive doji cross. Prices moved back up and closed over the 50% absolute Fibonacci line at 63.129, but not by much. Further up, we have congestion at the March 26 low at 64,929 and the October 21 and now July 26 high, both at 67,048. Whilst below, we have a fairly free zone down to the June and July lows at 57,747. We seem to be drifting right now between supports and resistances, possibly looking for the next stimulus to move prices. Now, so far today, we're actually moved back down from the open, pushing down below the 50% absolute Fibonacci line, but not by much.
Thank you for listening. This short version broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and at the back of this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Tofpick and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final important bit.